Alright, let's get straight to it because this is big. The Pi Network, a project millions have been mining on their phones for years, just dropped major news. Phone notification, GCV test announced. They're launching a test phase for the Global Consensus Value, GCV. And the number attached is turning heads, $314,159. Hold on, don't rush to calculate net worth. This isn't the official, final price of Pi. It's a symbolic, ambitious target used in a controlled test. At its core, Pi is a digital currency project with a very ambitious mission: to make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone. Unlike Bitcoin, which requires powerful computers and a ton of electricity to mine, Pi was designed to be mined on your smartphone. The idea was to create a currency that could be distributed widely and fairly. The project operates on a simple principle. Users download the Pi Network app, create an account, and then log in once every 24 hours to tap a button to prove they are a real human, not a bot. This simple action allows them to earn Pi coins at a set rate. The network also uses a security circle model, where users vouch for the trustworthiness of a few people they know. This helps secure the network without relying on the energy-intensive proof-of-work system that Bitcoin uses. The goal is to build a massive, decentralized network of users who will eventually be able to use their Pi to buy goods and services. Pi Network has been in what's called an enclosed mainnet phase for a while now. This means the blockchain is live, but it's protected by a firewall that prevents connectivity to external networks or exchanges. During this period, users who have passed their KYC verification can send and receive Pi among themselves within the Pi ecosystem. They can use it to buy things from other pioneers through peer-to-peer transactions or on special marketplaces built on the Pi platform. This enclosed period is designed to let the community build real utility and applications for Pi before it's exposed to the volatility of the open market. The ultimate vision is to create a self-sustaining economy powered by Pi. Imagine using Pi to pay for your coffee, buy groceries online, or hire a freelancer for a project. By building a huge user base first, we're talking tens of millions of people worldwide, the project aims to have a built-in network effect from day one of its open launch. This distribute first, build value later approach is the opposite of how most cryptocurrencies launch. Pi's strategy is to create a currency that already has a massive community ready to use it, which they hope will give it immediate and lasting value. Now let's get into the two big acronyms everyone is talking about. GCV and that eye-popping number $314,159. GCV stands for Global Consensus Value. This isn't a price set by an exchange or a market. It's a value that a large portion of the Pi community has collectively agreed to adopt for their internal transactions. Think of it as a social agreement. So why that specific number 314159? It's a direct and clever reference to the first 6 digits of the mathematical constant Pi, 3.14159. This isn't just a random ambitious figure, it's deeply symbolic and ties back to the very identity of the project. By anchoring the GCV to this number, the community is making a powerful statement about their belief in the project's long-term potential and its unique branding. It's a marketing masterstroke and a rallying cry uniting users around a shared, memorable, and highly aspirational value target. It is absolutely critical to understand that this GCV is not an official market price. You cannot go to a crypto exchange today and sell your Pi for $314,159. This value is currently being used only within the enclosed Pi ecosystem for peer-to-peer transactions and on specific Pi-powered marketplaces that have opted into this experiment. It's a form of price discovery happening in a closed environment. This GCV test launch isn't just a social media trend, it's a structured phase with real technical implications. Behind the scenes, the Pi Core team is likely monitoring the network with extreme focus. They are gathering data on how the blockchain handles transactions based on this high-value consensus. Tracking transaction volume, tracking the types of goods and services exchanged, tracking network stability and security under new economic pressure. It's a stress test for the technology and the social fabric of the Pi economy. For users, this test phase means a few things. If you're KYC verified and you have Pi in your mainnet wallet, you can participate in transactions with pioneers who support the GCV. You may see marketplace listings priced using the $314,159 valuation. Example, a $31 item could be listed for 0.0001 Pi. This requires shifting how you value Pi, away from cents or dollars toward the higher consensus figure. Participation is voluntary. No one is forced to adopt the GCV. Some will continue transacting at lower consensus values, some will hold on to their Pi, some will wait for the open mainnet. The GCV's success depends on voluntary adoption. More high-value transactions strengthen the consensus. This test phase is a controlled experiment. The Pi Core team hasn't officially endorsed $314,159, but they've enabled the ecosystem for the experiment. Their role? Ensure platform robustness and learn from results. The data will guide final adjustments before open mainnet. If the Pi network succeeds in its mission, and if a substantial value like the GCV gains traction, it could completely change how we think about money for everyday transactions. Imagine you could send money to anyone, anywhere on the globe, almost instantly, and with virtually no fees. This is honestly one of the core promises of Pi. Traditional banking systems and remittance services often involve high fees and slow processing times, especially for international transfers. Pi aims to eliminate those barriers, making it as easy to send money across borders as it is to send a text message. This could be a game changer for families supporting relatives abroad. Pi could empower the microeconomy, buying a coffee, tipping a street performer, paying for a digital article online. Credit card companies often charge merchants a fixed fee plus a percentage. Pi, with its potential for near-zero transaction fees, would make these micropayments viable. This could open up new business models for content creators, app developers, and small local businesses. Another huge impact would be on financial inclusion. According to the World Bank, there are over 1 billion people who do not have access to a traditional bank account but do have access to a mobile phone. Pi is designed specifically for these individuals. By allowing anyone with a smartphone to mine, store, and transact with digital currency, Pi could provide essential financial services to the unbanked and underbanked. It gives them a way to participate in the global digital economy, save money securely, and build wealth without needing a bank. This could be one of the most profound social impacts of the entire project. For those looking to get involved, earning Pi is incredibly straightforward, which is a huge part of its appeal. The first step is to download the Pi Network app from the official Google Play Store or Apple App Store. You'll need an invitation code from an existing member to join, which is part of the network's growth and security model. Once you're in, the process is as simple as opening the app once every 24 hours and tapping the lightning bolt icon to start your mining session. You don't need to keep the app open or drain your battery, you are simply proving you are an active and engaged human user. So, you've mined some Pi. How can you actually use it today? As mentioned, the network is in an enclosed mainnet phase. This means you can only use your Pi within the Pi ecosystem, and only after you've passed KYC verification and your Pi has been migrated to your mainnet wallet. The main way to use it is through the Pi browser, a companion app that gives you access to the Pi ecosystem. Inside the Pi browser, you can find various apps and marketplaces where you can trade your Pi for goods and services with other verified pioneers. People are trading everything from electronics, clothing, handmade art, digital services. Participating in these peer-to-peer transactions is the most direct way to use your Pi right now. It also helps the ecosystem by creating real utility and reinforcing the currency's value. The potential opportunities for Pi are, without a doubt, enormous. The project's massive user base, estimated to be over 55 million engaged users, gives it a network effect that no other cryptocurrency has had before its official launch. This built-in community of holders and users could provide immediate liquidity and demand once the open mainnet goes live. The focus on accessibility and ease of use could see it become the people's crypto, bridging the gap between the complex world of blockchain and everyday consumers. However, we have to be realistic and look at the concerns as well. The biggest question mark is still the final, real-world value of Pi. The GCV of $314,159 is an internal, aspirational target. When Pi eventually lists on external exchanges, it will be subject to market forces of supply, demand. There is a significant risk that the market price will be much lower than the GCV. If a large number of users try to sell their Pi all at once, the price could crash, leading to widespread disappointment. The road ahead for the Pi network is paved with several critical milestones, each one essential for reaching the ultimate goal of a fully functional, open digital currency. The most important milestone is moving from enclosed mainnet to open mainnet. Show roadmap, beta, testnet, enclosed mainnet, open mainnet. This is the moment the firewall comes down. Pi can connect to other blockchains and external systems like cryptocurrency exchanges. A crucial prerequisite is KYC, Know Your Customer. KYC is the identity verification process every pioneer must complete to move mined Pi onto mainnet. Another key focus is utility creation. A currency is only valuable if you can use it. The core team and community are building Pi apps, e-commerce marketplaces, games, social media platforms, other services. The more useful apps exist, the more people will hold and use Pi instead of selling it. So, let's bring it all together. What is the bottom line on this Pi Network GCV test launch? This is, without a doubt, the most significant development in the Pi ecosystem in a very long time. It represents a tangible, active step toward establishing a real-world value for the Pi coin. It's a bold, unprecedented experiment in social economics. The idea, build value through collective belief before the market decides. This test launch is a crucial data-gathering phase for the Pi core team. They get to see how the network performs. They get to see how the community behaves. For pioneers, daily mining becomes more concrete. It gives pioneers a target. It gives pioneers a talking point. It gives pioneers renewed purpose and excitement. Stay grounded. Risks are still real. The gap between GCV and open market price could cause disappointment. Regulatory hurdles remain. This is a live case study blending technology. It blends economics. It blends social psychology. The outcome could set a precedent for Pi and for how future digital currencies are launched and valued. In summary, the GCV $314,159 test phase is pivotal for Pi. It's an indicator of progress. It's a powerful community mobilization. It's a critical test of the technology. It's a critical test of the economic theory. Whether Pi reaches that valuation or settles elsewhere, this marks the start of a shift from speculative app to potential digital economy. For everyone tapping the lightning button daily, this is the news they've been waiting for. The world is watching to see what happens next.